And I'm telling you guys again, there's a fraction that you guys know because I don't show it. Because I'm not that f***ing person. I'm not gonna expose your f***ing DMs. I'm not gonna expose what people have told me you've said behind the scenes. I'm not gonna show you the facts and the evidence because I'm 29 f***ing years old. And I'm not gonna sit down and make a video with screenshots exposing my bullies. These are bullies. These are high school f***ing bullies. And they wanna come at me and say, you're 29 years old, how you're acting? F*** you. You're in your f***ing 30s. Almost all of you attacking me. And I'm not saying a f***ing word to anybody. And you're gonna say I'm painting myself as a victim and I'm trying to ask for attention? I have not said a fucking word publicly until another video was made about me the week I was putting out my EP. Abusive people do is they will deflect onto you as hard as you can.
The next day she sent these to me.
Oh, and I also wanted to quickly say the things that I was wrong about because...
What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Lux. In today's video, you won't believe the drama. Oh my gosh, we gotta talk about Gabbie Hanna. I cannot believe this, guys. She literally said, Gabbie Hanna said that she was making a 12-part YouTube documentary series about how she has been wrong, how people have lied on her name, and how it's just unjust, and how she's right and queen of the world, or something like that.
Hi, Gabbie. Because you seem to have difficulty distinguishing between who is and isn't mocking you, I want to clarify now that I am. Quick question, what's a 27-letter phrase that means you deserve all of the critique that you're currently getting on social media? If you guess you knowingly defended a rapist, that would be correct. It's a wonder the Vlog Squad didn't keep you around longer since you're so good at associating with predators. The problem with you attacking people like Rachel Oates, who engaged in good faith criticism of your work, is that this demonstrates that you don't know how to discern good, constructive criticism from actual hate. You paint yourself as a poor, misunderstood genius. As a scorned woman, the world keeps kicking when she's down. You are a rich, dramatic 30-year-old who thinks switching up a haircut can cover up a theater kid understudy personality in theater kid understudy poetry. People are not attacking you because you are neurodivergent. Just think of it as them giving you the attention you're always asking for.
I could be wrong. But like, I get that she might feel frustrated that people are lying about her or making up rumors about her. That comes with the gig of you being a socialite on social media, you know? And really, it shows a lot of maturity when you just don't react to what people are saying negatively about you, whether it's true or false or whatever. You just kind of like, you just keep going, right? Like, you don't respond to the false narratives that are being put out there about you. I think that Gabbie Hanna has had enough of it. And that's why she's gonna make a 12-part YouTube series about why she's been wronged and to clear her name of everything. With that being said, she has been accused of a lot of things. People have said a lot of things about her. People have this mind made up about her. Gabbie Hanna is controversial. And it's not easy being controversial. And it's kind of like, she kind of helped, you know, with that by trolling and doing things like that. Now, I don't know. I just kind of feel like you can't be controversial and then get mad when people view you as controversial. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, girl, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, girl, which one is it? Do you want to be controversial and people talk about you? Or do you not want to be controversial and have no one talk about you? You just can't have it both ways, right? Anytime you get an inkling of little fame or success on the internet or the world, people are going to talk about you. They have their views and opinions all day long. But anyways, let me show you what Gabbie Hanna had said. She went on her Patreon, which you have to pay to be a part of that or something like that. I'm not sure. But I think she posted on there publicly or whatever. It's gone out. And it's kind of like, what is going on? I'm going to read to you what she put. So grab a snack. Come on back. Here we go. I'm concerned for the world. Okay, she put this. The fact that people can't figure out I'm trolling in my TikToks is astounding. Like, I'm doing the same ish I did in Call Me Crazy and Shut Me Up, LOL. I'm doing the same ish I did on my Musical.ly, just in regular time. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's be viral. You think the girl who's been made fun of for her nose by the entire internet doesn't know what she's doing when she sings with her nose rubbing against the pop filter? Or when I stare dramatically into the mirror for a silent 5? Or when I say I'm gonna F both your parents and the one person you love, that's one still my favorite because of how many people got personally offended. Because they know I could in fact F both their parents and the one person they love, ? It feels good to be in control. I read it. I still don't really understand it. Let's pray for Gabbie Hanna. Let's pray for Gabbie Hanna, everyone. Let's get together. But I don't know what's going on. I do kind of feel like there is something there that she likes attention because she knows you get clicks and views. Like, I understand that. If she's on social media, she has like music videos are gonna come out. She wants videos. She wants people to watch them. So she gets controversial with it. But you can't get upset when people are talking about your controversies. Does that make sense? It's like you're putting it out there and then you get upset that people are talking about it. I understand. You know, I remember back in the day, like in YouTube, back in like 2008 or YouTube or something like that, I don't know. Like people would post videos and there wasn't no commentary. There wasn't people like saying like, oh, I don't really agree with what this person, there really wasn't that much going on. I don't know why, but now it's all over the internet. And so whenever Gabbie Hanna does something, people are commenting on it. YouTubers like Gabbie Hanna are the new Hollywood. Hello, wake up. And for some reason, Gabbie Hanna just, maybe she knows that. And here's the thing. I do not for a second think that Gabbie Hanna doesn't know what's going on. I think that she says, okay, I'm gonna post this and it's gonna get a reaction. And then when people react, I'm gonna react very mad at it. And it'll be a snowball effect and people are gonna talk about it and we're here talking about it. And here we are. Gabbie Hanna said that when people talk about her, they get hundreds and thousands of views. Girl, where? Because I can't get a view to save my life. I can't get a subscriber on this video to save my life. Much less a subscriber. Gabbie Hanna loves to match. But I can't. I don't know what's going on.
Seeing a ton of Gabbie comments, and it is really, truly nothing personal, but I've had her block for my own sanity and peace for myself since we did the podcast. I've been saying, and I'll continue to say this, that I wish her truly well. She seemed in a great spot when we did the podcast. She told me she had a recording contract and, you know, Peyton was lovely and stable and her house was beautiful. I've told her that I enjoyed her music, you know, Out Loud and Butterflies. She has a really interesting take on art and poetry. She's just a unique person out on the internet. All I was doing this week was trying to be her cheerleader of getting her a redemption arc. I wanted to see her thrive, and I felt like she just took huge steps backwards by being so defensive over things that didn't matter. And she could be such a powerful voice for things that do matter. So I obviously have heard some of the things she said just from going on my TikTok page and my Twitter. And obviously she hasn't been the nicest to me, but I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's going through something. I, of all people, understand that more than anybody. But I guess she called me fake because I said I wanted to just squash the beef. And that's why I went to the podcast. It just cannot be squashed. I'm not being fake. Me and Gabbie do not vibe. She is delusional. She spent the majority of the podcast trying to convince me that we were really close friends, and it was super awkward because, one, I don't have a lot of close friends, but two, it definitely wasn't Gabbie. She brought up tweets from so long ago that there was one that I didn't remember, and then she's like, see, we are best friends. I was like, what? I apologized to her on the podcast. I was like, I don't want friends. I don't have friends. She said I was lying about the voice memo, but these are the voice memos. I will 1000% delete these TikToks in the morning, so just do with them what you will now. I don't want to go back and forth with someone who is delusional about the relationship between us. She's very clearly going through a manic episode when last night she tweeted that I was her bestie and I gave her great advice on the podcast and she was going to listen to it, which I thought was great. To today, just, I guess, saying horrible things. I literally can't watch it because it will trigger me and I don't want to get triggered, and people know that I'm triggered easily. But here are the voice memos. On the podcast, she said that I invited her to Thanksgiving with my family, which I don't do with anyone because it's just my dad and my stepmom and my Uncle Joe, who had passed away last year. That's been my Thanksgiving for the past 20 years. But she spent the majority of that podcast trying to convince me that I invited her to Thanksgiving. I told her that that did not happen. She accused me of gaslighting her. I said I was trying to be respectful in her house and not argue with her. She said that was gaslighting. All right, part 3 will be the voice memo, sorry. She's saying this is all part of a show and she's doing this for attention or something. And like, if that's the case and that's the route she wants to go, I'm not going to judge her for that. But she's calling me a liar and stuff. Here's the voice memos. The next day, she sent these to me.
Oh, and I also wanted to quickly say the things that I was wrong about because since I couldn't sleep last night, this was all I was thinking about. I just was kind of checking for myself. Something I was wrong about was like, we definitely did not have Thanksgiving plans. Like I went back and looked at that and I definitely inflated that in my head where it was more just like, I think you were spending Thanksgiving with Sean's family. And I said, none of my friends were in town. You're like, oh my God, I wish I knew. I would have just like stayed home and we could have eaten together.
So that's when I knew I just wanted to distance myself from her. We weren't friends, and I don't know what else to say. She was just trying to convince me we were, and I was just like, but we weren't. And then she's like, I saw it different, and I was like, okay. If this is true, then good for her. You know, she got trending, and if this is the reputation she wants, or she wants to troll, or, you know, that's fine by her. I think my issue is when she starts calling people names and being really manic online because people are genuinely concerned for her. She calls me fake because I did want to squash the beef, but I couldn't get past her delusions. She said she edited the podcast for me, but I had no edits for her. I told her she could post whatever. She could post the whole thing. I didn't care. Like I said, well, me and Gabbie don't see eye to eye and we just do not click. I still think she's a good creator. I still think she is unique enough and driven enough. She's obviously successful that I want to see her succeed. I did enjoy watching Gabbie's content, but seeing her attack everybody is like so sad. Okay, I'm gonna go back to regular TikTok soon. Just know that I really want everyone to find peace of mind because I know what it's like to have a mental breakdown. I know what it's like to be manic constantly, and it's really frustrating and it's really difficult. It's literally like being a prisoner in your own head, and sometimes you think you've gone too far, so you just want to keep going and keep up the facade, or then you want to change the narrative in some way, and I know how that works. I still struggle. I'm struggling with voices in my head, you know? I think the bottom line is like seek help to anybody. Now, I'm not just talking directly to Gabbie. There's no shame in seeking help. I go to therapy 3 times a week, 2 individual and 1 group class because I genuinely need it. I was so tired of the highs and lows, the ups and downs, using the internet and social media as my therapist. It wasn't healthy. So there's no shame in getting help. In fact, people who seek therapists, even above normal people, probably have it more together. Elevate your life, do it for you. Seek therapy.
This Gabbie Hanna drama is getting out of control. And when she drops her 12-part documentary series, you know she's going to include everyone who's talking about her. There's going to be one dedicated part all about Trisha Paytas, you already know. And that might upset Trisha Paytas, and Trisha Paytas might make a response video to that. And here we are. It's just a snowball effect, you know? It's very, is it healthy? Is it healthy when you know what's going to happen? You know, like if she's putting this into motion, knowing what's going to happen, the thing is, Gabbie Hanna can't control social media and what people are going to say or think or do, right? She may think she can, but it's going to get out of control and she can't control. That's the thing about social media. There's too many people and they all have different opinions. You're going to have your die-hard Gabbie Hanna fans who love her because she is controversial, stirring the pot. You're going to have that. And people are going to love it. And you're going to have people who are going to be like, no. Gabbie Hanna wronged the house. I don't care. I don't know what's going on. To me, Gabbie Hanna, I don't know. Has she peaked? We don't know. We're going to find out if she's peaked or not. We're going to find out what's going on inside the mind of Gabbie Hanna and what is really going on. I think that Gabbie Hanna knows how to get views and attention when it comes to being on social media. I really do think that. This girl knows how to get people's to talk about her. And she's doing it right now. And I think a lot of people are kind of just like, oh, girl, they're just over at the house, right? When it comes to social media, they love to pin women against each other. You remember Jaclyn Hill, Trisha Paytas, Gabbie Hanna. It's kind of like, what is going on? Why are these people Why? Can't they all just get along? It really does break my heart, this whole situation with the Gabbie Hanna thing, because at first I was thinking, this is my opinion, at first I was thinking, is she okay? I don't know. But then reading her post that she posted, it seems like she knows what she's doing and she kind of wants this kind of attention. And the minute that people make a lot of videos about her, she's there. Stop talking about me. Y'all just using my name for clicks and views. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's like, well, then just stop. If you don't want people talking about you, Gabbie Hanna, get off the internet, the house. Okay? Leave the internet. Take a mental break. Something like that. Just chill. But she keeps going on and on and on. So I think that she knows what she's doing. Gabbie Hanna, I think, is one of those people who are just too smart for their own good. And she's having people... and she's like manipulating them to do things, kind of like, how can I say, emotionally manipulating people to do things or say things or whatever. People do what they want at the end of the day. But like, she knows that for her action, there's a reaction. Like, she totally knows that, okay? But let's not get confused, right? Because I think some of it is drama, but is it really drama worthy? Is it really drama or tea, right? Because you don't want to get confused with information and distractions, right? Because I really don't think that Gabbie Hanna gives people... I just miss Gabbie Hanna's old videos. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, she used to make really interesting videos. Like, one time she went and she was like doing like a something $1,000 spa day, and she got laser hair removal, and she got like all these procedures done and Botox and stuff like that. And it was like this whole thing. Like, she put it in the video, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And then she would just do other videos. She would try really hard to get views and clicks, and they were great. They would get views. And then somewhere around the line, she just kind of like, I'm going to go even more harder. I'm going to be more controversial. And then here we are now. I don't know. People say they're not going to watch a 12-part documentary series on how she's been wronged, but I think people will. I think people are that bored that they're going to watch the Gabbie Hanna 12-part documentary series. And if it's done well, like it or not, if it's done well, it will persuade a lot of people to see things how Gabbie Hanna's seeing it. That's the truth all day long. That's going to be very interesting. And if she comes out with a 12-part documentary series, what will happen then? That's going to be very interesting, what's going to happen to all that. I don't know. Let me know what you think about all that drama in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, I love you so much.